the days go by in the arms of a girl with the indigo eyes. You'll find she'll make you lose your mind in the arms of the girl with the indigo eyes. I dream of a dream on the tip of my tongue, of spokes and the wheels and the web she spun. Looking too close, she turned me to stone. So neither one said what the other one hoped. Sweet, her kiss so dry, but the wine was bad by the time we tried. The reds were drawn, the whites did fly, but the wine filled up in her indigo eyes. On the tip of my tongue, of spokes and the wheels and the web she spun. Turning her eyes, she looked pretty stoned. So neither one said what the other one wrote. There's flies in the kitchen. They came in through the window from the hole in the screen. No grass on the lawn. And the rain keeps pouring, and the steam keeps rising, and it's hotter than pavement on the 4th of July. So tell me, I'm the one that'll bring you down. Don't call me baby. Don't call me baby. 'Cause I'm thinking the same picture to you. And are you thinking the same picture to me? But you probably wouldn't ever tell me what's your thought of me. Well, the sky's all around us, and there's wood on the fire. The music is playing, and we're getting high. Well, the mountains are peaking. A look in the window. The ocean is waving, waving goodbye. So tell me,
70s, token Panama red to the Pleiades, constellations falling from the sky. Then came the newest kid, sense of me, a fold of Mexican brick. It never brings you down, it gets you high. Oh, the green, green grass of California, Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your head, remember, it's only in your mind.
In came the strongest stuff, single props couldn't haul enough to keep on Mendocino County town. And up and down the PCH, from the Black Sand Beach to the Redwood Gate, they engineered the strongest train of the kind. Oh, the green, green grass of California, Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your head, remember, it's only in your mind. We used to roll up another and another. Don't Bogart, brother, you're not alone. Now a smaller stash will cost you twice the cash, and half as much will lift you to a new time zone.
Oh, the green, green grass of California, Pacific breeze so gentle and so kind. When your eyes are red, spinning in your head, remember, it's only in your mind. When your eyes are red, heavy in your head, remember, it's only in your mind. Remember, it's only in your mind. All right. Well, it's Tuesday, people. Welcome back to the Good Time Supper Club. How y'all doing? We realized that tomorrow is the anniversary of our record Duende came out. I don't know how many years ago. Maybe 23rd, so maybe 7 years ago tomorrow?
4.
Something like that. So we thought we'd start the show with a couple of songs from that record. Does that sound right? 7 years?
4 years ago.
Wait, 4 years ago?
4 years ago tomorrow.
17? Oh, yeah, 13 was a Sunday morning record.
See.
Okay, yeah. I knew one of them came out in 2013.
Snyder.
All right. Chris Moss, you say I look like I feel better this week. I do. The cedar levels are down. Thank you. love is. You say you long to hear those words of mine. So I ask, how deep is the ocean? How deep is the color in your eyes? A simple glance, your eyes to mine, and I lose my breath and move and wonder. My words fall flat in all my lines, until the tide pulls me under. You say you wanna know how deep my love is. You say you long to hear those words of mine. So I ask, how deep is the ocean? How deep is the color in your eyes? So far apart, alone in need, some hotel keys and long drop calls. I miss my friends and my family, but I'm missing you most of all. You say you wanna know how deep my love is. You say you long to hear those words of mine. So I ask, how deep is the ocean? How deep is the color in your eyes? How deep is the color in your eyes?
Oh, yeah. All right. Time flies when you're on Duende time.
Not as fast as I thought it was flying.
Cool. I'll do another one from the Duende. This is called Road Dust Wheels. They came in boats, well, they came in cars. They traveled halfway across the sky, through the stars. Left their families and their homes and their loved ones all alone, while the memory of their love lingers on. Memory of their love lingers on. Across the fields in the hot midday sun, dust kicking up on the wheels from the blacktop sun. Just to ride on so close to the ground, try to live life without making sound. while the memory of their love lingers on. With nothing to hear but the hum and the whine of the tires. Nothing to see but the man playing tricks on the eyes. Reaching on as the band played on. Cool breath of breeze under trees in the hot midday sun. Lay by the river and dream, watch your life disappear in between, while the memory of their love lingers on. Just to lay by the river and dream, watch your life disappear in between, while the memory of their love lingers on. The memory of their love lingers on. Oh, the memory of love lingers on. Lingers on.
All right. Nice, Trev. Thanks for the intro. Well, welcome back, guys. It's Tuesday, and we're here again. And thank God that we have the Good Time Supper Club family to come back to every Tuesday. You know, right now I believe we would be on the Delbert McClinton Sandy Beaches cruise, which is one of our favorite things. And, so we would typically be drinking, like a painkiller or a pina colada or something like that out on the high seas. But, what was that?
Couple of grolsches, dude.
Couple grolsches, maybe a Peroni. But the thing that the reason, but we're not doing those tonight because, the thing about the Delbert cruise that I love so much is that it's a week with pretty much my whole family. And so I do miss that. And one thing that reminds me of my parents a lot, and it's kind of an inside thing, but I'm going to share it with you guys, is this Greek liquor called mastika. It is a it's like an aperitif. It's sweet liqueur, and it's made from resin from a tree from the Greek island of Chios, which I believe is on the way other side. It's like almost in, but it's like almost in Turkey. That's where the island is. But it is a sweet liqueur that is super delicious, and it has like a pine flavor and herbs flavor. And the rest of that I have is in this mason jar, and it's been in our freezer, and I save it for special occasions. But because, normally we'd be out with the whole family and out on the cruise, I'm missing everybody. And so I'm going to drink some Mastika, and cheers to everybody, and hope we get to go do that sooner than later.
Mastika.
Anybody who's ever gotten to share Mastika with Terry Wilson knows the ways of its lore.
Yeah, I was certainly introduced to Mastika from Terry. I was familiar with Ouzo. I've had that many times. There's a Lebanese similar thing called arak, which is also the Italian sambuca. They all kind of live in the same family there, right?
Yeah, it's like the herb, resiny, like syrupy type liqueur. That's usually it's delicious. I mean, it's very sweet, so it can go either way for some people. But it is a lovely, it's a lovely drink. I'm sorry, it's not an I'm saying aperitif. I mean digestive. It's a digestif, not aperitif. We're going after the meal, not before the meal.
Okay.
It's good. Inspired me, dude.
Oh, there it is. That's the bottle. That's it.
That's it. Cheers.
Tell us, guys.
Toast.
Well, we would like to welcome all the cruisers this week to the Good Time Supper Club. Maybe you're new to what we do. This is week 40 for us. 40 weeks here. We've been doing this every Tuesday night. It's our time together since we live spread out across the country. This is how we hang out. Keep in touch. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. It's almost as good as the cruise.
Yeah, well, we look forward to getting back out on the high seas at some point.
Less amenities.
Yes.
Best penny
But-
slots.
I always love the cruise because it was like the easiest load-in. You just take your guitars, or in your guys' cases, like Jesse, Gordy, and myself, we had to bring our guitars, keys and drums. It's like you guys are usually hucking the heavy gear, but that's just I have to climb a couple flights of steps up to my rig that's already pre-set up for me. Let me seat myself behind here. But I will say, since we've been doing the Good Time Supper Club, this has become my easiest, shortest load-in.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. Cool story.
So, and for those of you who may not be joining us via the Sandy Beaches Cruise channels, if you're not familiar with that and with the Delbert deal, Delbert McClinton was one of the pioneers of the music cruise concert movement. How many years has that been going?
Since 91, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
And 92 or 93, I believe, was the first one. We can ask him.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later when he joins us, but pretty incredible, a good time. I was gonna play another song, but I think I might do a video clip of a performance from the cruise that our good friend Jay Curley filmed. What do y'all think about that?
Cool.
Nice.
Let's see what we
Take us
have here.
back.
I'm hearing we're hearing reports of, seems like reputable sources, 26 years
Wow.
of the cruise. Delbert's like the Davy Crockett of the music cruise industry.
One of the great things about the cruise, one of our favorite things, is seeing our friends and getting to sit in and jump up on stage with other people, and it's always a kind of a family affair as well. So I'm going to show a clip of Miss Teresa James, previous guest on the Good Time Supper Club, sitting in. I think this is by the pool deck out at sea. is doing A Long Way from Texas. So let's see if I can get this to work here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, that was fun.
That was
smell
fun.
the salt air.
Yeah. To
That-
see people a lot of people gathered in one place to see Joshish.
Josh,
Yeah, Josh.
Little cameo.
Trevor on the cowbell.
Yeah,
Oh.
man.
And that was for anybody that doesn't know, that was the world renowned Lewis Stevens playing B3, and that guy is a legend if we've ever known one.
Frank, a fellow supper clubber and a cruiser on White Russians, as he says in the comments.
Well, the start of the song, he was finishing a White Russian, and then he had a screwdriver after that. At the beginning.
Well, at least he was in the vodka world. That's clean, you know.
Oh yeah. No, then he had a Manhattan.
Rules. Oh yeah. What happens now?
Well,
Great.
let's play it again.
Man, Jesse, your mom shreds on the keyboard and the vocals.
Yeah, man.
She's a bona fide shredder.
She's a
She
shredder.
truly
Head
is.
town. No doubt.
For those at home who didn't realize already, Teresa's a shredder.
Badass.
Terry's all right.
Terry's cool.
Yeah, Terry's
Terry's
good.
cool.
We love Terry too.
Also a shredder.
Also
Terry's a shredder too. If you haven't seen it, you can see both of them shredding on our remote transmission that we did about 6 months ago. Uh-oh. Watch out.
I love that so much. Hey y'all, welcome to another week of the Good Time Supper Club and another edition of Vinyl Richie. I do not speak about myself in the third person, but so today tonight I'm gonna talk about a couple of my favorite Delbert McClinton records. He is our special guest tonight, so it's only appropriate that I introduce y'all, if you don't already know, about this 1972 gem, Delbert and Glenn, which is the first record of this pairing by Delbert McClinton and Glenn Clark, a couple of Fort Worth boys. So there was a mass exodus of Texans to California, to Los Angeles in the late 60s, early 70s. And a couple of those Texans ended up being here, Delbert and Glenn. I think Glenn was already out in LA, and Delbert came out after him, but they made one of my favorite records of all time here. It's got a killer cast of players. A couple of guys that you should know about. Daniel Moore, who was, I think, basically like the vocal director for the Mad Dogs and Englishmen Joe Cocker tour. Daniel and his brother Matt, who wrote Space Captain. But Daniel produced this record along with T-Bone Burnett. So it's really fantastic. It's a great kind of pairing of blues, rock, country. I mean, it's got everything. I love this album. So if you haven't checked it out yet, give it a listen. It's a great photo here on the back. You can kind of see the two of them separated by a cow's head. Yeah, so this is a great record. Check it out. And then the other record I want to talk about is Delbert McClinton live from Austin, Austin City Limits in 1989. And I bring this record up because if you didn't know, my dad has a history with Delbert and playing for him. And he's on this record playing guitar along with Stephen Bruton. Most of y'all probably have heard Stephen's name. If you haven't, I don't even know where to start. Check him out. Very important part of Texas music history, Fort Worth music history, and the Austin music scene, without a doubt. But yeah, so there's a couple records for you. If you haven't heard them, you got to listen to them. You should be seeing a couple of links to purchase copies of these on vinyl, and give them a listen. And I think we got a video to share that's actually from this Live from Austin ACL taping that Gordy's going to cue up here for y'all. So dig them, check them out. Let me know what you think. Thanks, y'all. I'll introduce this while we're getting it set up. So this video. Yep. This is B-Movie Boxcar Blues, which the Blues Brothers had a hit with after the initial recording, which is on Delbert and Glenn. So a few versions you can check out, but this is the Live from Austin clip.
And I'm having a hell of a time here. Hold on.
No worries. Yeah, so this song was actually first recorded on the Delbert and Glenn record that I was talking about. And also they did 2 records, Delbert and Glenn. So if you dig the first one, check out the next one. And then they did another one a few years ago. So check that one out. Great resurgence of that duo. Oh, here we go. All right. Woo!
With 2 girls in a light blue DeSoto. One name was Jane, the other was Plain, but they both had racing motors. Next I caught a ride with a gambler's wife. She had a brand new laid down Rambler. She stopped us out of town, laid her rambling down. Said she sure couldn't dig it if I rolled up. She sure couldn't dig it if I rolled up. Doing my best to get back to you. And nothing I'd rather do. Look for me Sunday, I won't be there, honey, for something special just for you. Yeah, something special just for you. Caught a ride with a fruit picker's daughter. I drove her through the night while the fruit got her out. She gave me all I could eat for a quarter. Next I hopped a freight with a hobo woman, y'all. She was from Texas too. The way she did what she did, what she did, what she did to me, made me think of you. Yeah, honey, made me think of you. I'm doing my best to get back to you. Ain't nothing I'd rather do. Look for me Sunday, I'm gonna be there, honey, with something special just for you. Yeah, something special just for you. Trying to get to you, yeah. I'm doing everything that I know how to do. Me down here in the freezing rain, trying to get to you. I'm just trying to get to you, yeah. thinking about you, baby. I'm thinking about you, baby. You and the thing you do.
This is a real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love
That's
that.
strong.
That's a wicked scream there at the end.
Wow.
All right.
It's amazing.
Hey! There he is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look, it's him.
Oh man.
How's it going, guys?
It all.
Y'all give a big virtual welcome, Mr. Delbert McClinton. Thanks so much for joining us, man. Good to see you.
Thank y'all. Y'all doing great, man. I love this.
Oh man, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So,
So what's new?
well, you know, this is what our life looks like. We sit in front of computer screens and talk to ourselves. You
A little
know,
bit wacky, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, we wish we were on a cruise ship around this time.
Oh, man. I can't even imagine how different it is. I mean, it's a different world altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Well,
But
I have a question to start this off related
couple answers.
to the cruise. We'll just start there since this is lining up
Okay.
nicely with the week that we would have been on the ship. What gave you the idea to start doing are you the first one that you know of doing these cruise ship festivals?
No, before I started mine, I did 2 years on the Rhythm and Blues cruise. What's it called? National Legendary Rhythm and Blues cruise.
All right.
And I love blues music, but mediocre blues music gets real old real fast. So I was sitting at the beach on I don't know, one of those islands, and I told Gary, I said, you know what, I think we could do a better job of this. And I have no idea how in the hell we did it. Well, Wendy was the one that made it happen. But I just thought, I know so many people who have great live shows, like you guys, that may not have a big a recording career. So you're a lot of people that I know are regionally well known. And I thought, well, hell, I'll get them all together and do a cruise. And it works out pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good way to spend a week in January.
Well, and it's just the thing that's so amazing to me is the community of people around your music is it's just incredible what you've built.
Yeah, they're a great bunch. Well, there's no room for assholes, and we haven't had much problem with that. But there was a couple of times early, but we let people know right away, you don't do that here, and most people just won't allow that kind of behavior, and that's what I wanted, Let's have a good time without being dicks,
What a formula.
Yeah, isn't it? Who ever thought of it? You could have a good, I'll tell you, one of the funniest things I remember from the cruise, this happened several years ago. I was walking late at night from somewhere to somewhere, and I was walking down this walkway, And way down there, there was one other guy, and he was coming towards me. And, we watched each other as we were getting closer, and I noticed he was an older guy, And we got even. He stepped over in front of me, and he said, I had no idea old people could have this much fun. But they can, and we did,
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I feel like amongst the band every year there's either a dinner we have or like an encounter with another musician or a friend. There's like one memorable line, like that guy said to you, like I never knew old people could have so much fun. Like every year there's like a line that we're just amongst ourselves. It's like an inside joke for like a year until the next time. It's great. It's always a great time, man.
Well, it's we got a long run out of that. I don't know what's going to happen any more than anybody else, but it's got to get better for I won't get on the boat.
Yeah.
But that's where we are. And with any luck, we'll get it back. I'm going to get my shot next Sunday, my first shot.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I hope it is. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about that, but I'm gonna get shot.
Do it.
I think that's great, man. I love that so much.
Good to know it's available to you. Now it's making it's getting.
Well,
out
I'm
there.
80 years old, so I'm in the first round.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know how it works.
Delbert, I got a question. I read your book that Finley wrote and really enjoyed it. Read it, couldn't put it down. And one thing that popped out, I wanted to ask you about Big Joe Turner. From the book, there's this story of you kind of having an epiphany. I think it was like you're walking across a field and you heard his voice, and it stopped you cold in your tracks.
Right.
And that kind of began your journey.
Well, yeah, it pretty much did. But it began my journey with rock and roll or whatever that was.
Yeah.
I heard that, boy, and I didn't know what it was, but I wanted a lot more of it. I was coming back then. This was what, mid-50s. In Fort Worth, the west side kind of ended at the railroad yard. And so the other side of the railroad yard was the woods. And me and guys used to go down there and find our way through the trains and go out and spend the weekend in the woods and shoot guns. And cook and just have a good time. So it's that's where we were coming back from there, and I had to walk across this field that was at least a couple of hundred yards back to the tracks, and over on Stove Foundry Road, which was the first road the other side of the tracks, was Stove Foundry Road. And there was a black barbecue joint. Of course, this is during segregation. A black barbecue joint over there on the highway, and they had those old metal speakers outside because you drive up and put the tray on the window kind of deal. And they were playing Honey Hush. And I just started gravitating towards it. It totally took me totally took me.
Yeah.
And a lot of things changed after that.
Yeah. So you still go back and listen to him often? Is he still part of your regular? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess
do.
in regards to that, with all this time at home, what do you listen to for inspiration or just to lift your spirits when you're needing it?
I listen an awful lot to Billie Holiday.
Oh, nice.
And I listen a lot to
Johnny Mercer.
Huh?
Johnny Mercer.
Johnny Mercer, yeah. But lately I've been listening to God, what's his name? I can't think of it. He's a piano player. Oscar Peterson. Oscar Peterson. Yeah, that's pretty much the background of my life these days is Oscar Peterson. I've been picking a lot of stuff without vocals. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
I listen to, in my car or at home too. I listen to Sirius Radio, the 40s Junction. I'm stuck in the 40s. And I still love all that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Delbert, I got a question for you, man. On the last record, closes with "Temporarily Insane"
Yeah.
and a poem. Where did those songs come from? Because they're such a departure from the record, and I love them. They're my two.
They came from outer space.
Yeah.
Well, as you probably noticed, the poem is pretty low quality recording. Well, that's a recording on a phone we did in Mexico. Me and Bob Britt and Kevin McKendry. And I had a couple of lines to it, and we got fooling around with it, and that particular cut happened, and I loved it, and I still do. And I said, well, that's it. That's the one. And as far as Temporarily Insane, Bob Britt was playing some of that music you hear on that. And I started out with words. And we wrestled with that song several months before we finally nailed it down. But Bob liked the idea a lot. And so that's how come we ended up kind of doing that, because he influences me a lot in what I sing. So that's just another one of them.
Great closer to that record. And for y'all that are listening that may not have heard that record, it's Delbert's last album, which is called Tall, Dark, and Handsome, which won a Grammy. But y'all be sure and check that one out. I actually have another question for you, man. So when you were cutting your teeth in Fort Worth at all these clubs, you and your band started backing these artists that you were listening to on the radio. Guys like Howlin' Wolf and Jimmy Reed, Sonny Boy Williamson. What kind of impression were these guys making on you? I mean, you were 20 years old.
Oh, they were everything. They were everything. We were really into their music, and they just, you know, they hooked us. Here, we had Jimmy Reed going to come in and play with us one weekend, and I had a microphone on layaway. Boy, there was no equipment back in those days. Most bands had like two 12-inch speakers and a Bogan amp with one input, and you clip it all together and carry it like a suitcase. Well, so that's the kind of, so I had all kind of microphones to begin with. One of the first microphones that I had to sing through was from a RCA tape recorder. No, some kind of tape recorder, and the cord was felt covered in felt. So the point I'm making, I wanted to get, I had this microphone on layaway for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months. And I finally raked enough money to get it out for Jimmy Reed that weekend. And this is it.
Wow.
And he threw up on it. It wasn't, didn't have any chunks. It was just clear. It was just gin. But on his second set, man, he came up there, and bless his heart, I love him more than anything, but he had a terrible drinking problem. So he was sitting down And I watched it happen in slow motion, man. I saw this stream come out of his mouth and hit this microphone and just splattered like a million crystals in the light, you know. And I worked this thing over. I bet you I could still get enough DNA off of it to bring Jimmy Reed back.
That's amazing.
Oh man, that's great. So I'm guessing it doesn't work anymore, does it?
You know, I hadn't even tried to use it in 50 years.
Oh geez, man.
I got the bag it came in. It's one of the things that I've managed to hang on to for all this time.
Wow.
But I've never tried to use it again. It's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing in the
It's more of a
Smithsonian.
showpiece.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, Delbert, every week we do this, we pre-record a song. We call it the remote transmission. And we record a song and make a music video from our respective places, and we send the files to each other, and we mix this thing every week. And this week we did one of your songs. So can we show the remote transmission video? You got time to stick around?
Yeah, man, I want to see it.
All right, here we go.
I can help you get to heaven right here on Channel 7. Put your hands on the TV and pray. Yeah. Check out that hotline on Channel 39. Could be your lucky day. Just send a small donation directly to the station. Get it in right away. Don't let the smooth talk fool you. Don't let the sharks get to you. Don't let them small minds out there on prime time make it jump out of you, baby. Don't let the smooth talk fool you.
Listen, hold on tight to your money. They're out to get you, honey. They got a million ways. They look into your eyes and tell you sweet lies. Put your mind in a daze. Just like those bad rhymes on drugstore Valentines. They ain't got nothing to say.
Don't let the smooth talk fool you. Honey, don't let the sharks get to you. Don't let some slow walking, good looking, fast talking man make a jump out of you, baby. Don't let the smooth talk fool you. You know I've been around a while, I got some information you can use. With your eyes on the prize, they feel you full of lies. Baby, that's the truth, oh yeah. You got to be careful, baby. Don't let the smooth talk fool you. Don't let the sharks get to you. Don't let some slow dancing, ricochet romancing man make a jump out of you, baby. Don't let the smooth talk fool you. Don't let the sharks get to you. Don't let some slow walking, good looking, fast talking man make it jump out of you, baby. Don't let the smooth talk fool you.
Yeah.
That was great. That's really good, guys. I love that
man.
song.
Thanks,
Y'all
man.
did a good job of
It's
that.
a great song. We were just, I mean, we kind of vacillate as to like different favorite periods of your material. I mean, there's just like you've written so many great songs. You know, you talked about getting really loving blues growing up and getting started. What, you know, we all love blues, but what was sort of like, was there a particular songwriter? Was there something that happened that made you want to go from being like playing blues to being like, I want to write my own songs, make my own records, you know, kind of go more in that direction?
I don't know. It just happened that way. I mean, I had to do something, and spent a lot of years broke and playing, making no money. But I knew what I wanted to do, and I did it finally. So that's that's what happened. You know, it's just like anything. Music seduced me totally, completely. I never thought about ever doing anything else. I had jobs. Man, I'd hate to have to work for a living. Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
I've done that, and that's terrible.
Hey, so legend has it, and we've heard this, but I don't know that everybody else has heard this. Legend has it that you taught John Lennon how to play harmonica when you were on tour with Bruce Chanel.
I've heard that from a lot of people. I don't know where that comes from.
What can you tell us about that time period? What was it like? You were playing harmonica with Bruce Chanel on tour, and the Beatles are opening for you. Is this what, 1961, 62?
62. Uh, well, going back to there was a guy in Fort Worth that started. He was the only guy that was recording people, and so of course I got to know him because I wanted to record, and so and he was a real bargain basement promoter. Had a big red face. He looked like he was about to explode all the time. Anyway, he would call me to get players together for some of his sessions. So I got the guys together for a guy named Bruce Chanel. And we did about two takes on Hey Baby, and that was it. We just got it. And so several months later, Bruce had been going out. Back then, they'd have these road shows, but they'd just have one band, and one band would back all the artists. So Bruce was out there doing that, and they had horn parts doing the harmonica part, and he hated it. And I don't blame him; it doesn't sound right. So when this deal came through for him to go to do the British Isles, he said, "Yeah, but Delbert's got to come," and so I got to go, and we did first 2 weeks. We did these big, kind of like the old, real ornate old theaters from the 40s and all. We were playing those around England, and the second 2 weeks we did club dates. Well, one night in the first 2 weeks, the Beatles were the opening act on the show, and Bruce and I were traveling with this band, the Barons, that they put together for us to have on that whole trip. And their mode of transportation was a World War II British Army ambulance with a big hole about this big around it where you take a leak. And that was our mode of travel. And we'd usually go back to London every night because it wasn't that far away from going, but we went out on this one trip and we weren't coming back to London. So I had one white shirt. I was pretty much wearing everything but what I was going to wear on stage, except a jacket. So we were out a few days, and it had gotten to be where almost every night somebody in one of the other bands would come to the dressing room and say, show me what you did on the harmonica. Because you can't show anybody, but you know. Well, this one night it was John Lennon, and he was already playing the harp some. But, you know, you can't show anybody what you do. Playing the harp's kind of like masturbation. You fool around with it, you figure it out. So anyway, that's how I met the Beatles.
Yeah.
All right.
I got another question for you, Delbert.
All right, what you got,
And-
Richard?
Where did you learn how to play the cowbell? Because you are by far one of the best. You're one of the best fucking.
I spent so many years without a drummer,
Okay.
and I try to put it into. I'm looking right now at two of the last of several cowbells. I've given several of them away to what do you call them?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Auctions.
Oh,
But I can tear up steel cowbell with a. Well, I'll show you. Hang on. There it is.
there it is.
I found it.
You heard it. Oh wow.
It's I can beat them up, baby. And I did it because I didn't have the right guys.
Yeah.
Good friends, most of them, but just weren't putting it where I wanted it, you know. And so I beat these things to death, trying to get in that pocket, everybody in that pocket. Anyway, that's how I learned to play the cowbell.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you, one guy that also knows how to play the cowbell, and I think maybe he picked it up from you. One of my favorite memories from Richard and Lucy's wedding is Dave Millsap getting up on stage. I swear I was like a foot away from him. It was right in my ear.
He knew where to
But
play.
I think Jesse and I, we were like singing backup with him,
Dude,
and he grabbed the cowbell.
I know that there is a selfie. I think you took it, and I hope that it exists somewhere. But there is a selfie of me and Gordy and Dave singing backgrounds on one mic, and Dave is approaching this cowbell with such ferocity that we're three guys on one microphone singing backgrounds, and one of them is playing the cowbell, with the most vigor you've ever seen. It was like one of the most cheerful moments I've ever. Dave had the biggest smile on his face I've ever seen too. It's the greatest moment.
We thought maybe it's a Fort Worth thing, but
You know, I don't know. Dave's a pretty quick learner.
yeah, I'm gonna guess he got it from you. No, tell us a good Dave Millsap. Tell us a good Dave Millsap story. You got anything good?
Well, I don't know how good it is, but Dave's the only guy I know that tried to give himself his own nickname. He wanted to be called Sugar Dave.
Yeah.
I think we teased him about that a lot.
I've heard that one before. I've heard that.
Start calling him that after all these years.
What happened to your daddy? He don't weigh 85 pounds anymore.
No, man. He's living on the mountain, you know. He's a mountain man through and through.
He is. Well, he's always been a mountain man.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, y'all took some trips together at Red River, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went skiing, and Dave was with me. We were in Telluride, and he said, "Man, I can show you how to do it. Just come on." And so we got on the lift and went to the top, and he said, "That's how you do it." And he just took off down. Oh. We were on the bus one night leaving Atlanta, and somebody had given us a quart jar of moonshine full of blueberries. And me and Dave and Roddy Colonna, everybody, we all got on a whole different plateau. with that bottle, that fruit jar full of moonshine. And Dave made a tape of us that night, and it was incriminating as hell to everybody. So we stopped at some place on the road, and when I was the last one off the bus, and I opened Dave's cassette thing and took that recording out of it. And he still don't know what happened to it.
It's probably for the best. I've heard some pretty good stories, but I don't know if they're shareable here.
And you can't believe anything he says.
Well, man, what you got?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, man, Delbert. I know you're a big reader. Have you been reading anything new lately?
Yeah. Have you read Over the Edge of the World?
No.
It's Magellan's Voyage.
Wow.
And it's a great book. They were so superstitious. It's amazing they could get anything done. All those guys on those ships,
Yeah.
sailing off into nowhere.
Sure.
But it's a good book. Good
What's
book.
it called again?
Beg pardon?
What is it called again?
Over the Edge of the World.
Over the Edge of the World. Cool.
Hey, Richard, why don't you show off that outfit real quick?
Oh yeah, this is my dad's old uniform.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got
That's
the
So see the back, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was with us at that Miller thing. That was terrible. God.
oh yeah, and then I got this shirt too. I don't know when this shirt's from though, but
Yeah.
that's an old
Well, that's from a long time ago.
one. It's- and hey, everybody watching, you might have just seen Delaney pop in. You want
Hi,
to say
Delaney.
hey? Delaney? Hey. It's Delbert Stoddard Delaney.
Well,
A keeper.
She is. That's right.
well, Delbert, thank you so much for joining us, for hanging out. So good to see you, man.
Hey, man, it was fun. It was fun. I've been hearing about y'all's show, so I'm glad I finally got to watch it and be on it.
Oh, cool.
Man.
Thank you, man. That was a pleasure.
We'll
Well,
look
it
forward
was.
to we'll look forward to all getting together in the same place when that's all the right time to do it.
Yeah, I can't wait, but I guess I'll have to.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a pretty wacky time we're living in. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well
I'll see you
said.
when I see you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Thanks,
All
Delbert.
right.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
man.
See you, man. Be well.
Yeah, we'll see
All
you.
right, y'all take care. Be safe.
How about that?
Man, it's awesome. So awesome.
What's happening? We got to keep
Cowbells.
it in Nashville.
Yeah. Keep it in Nashville. Oh yeah, we're going
Man,
over.
look at that. Look at that clean upper lip over there.
Across town.
Look at
Look at
that
that young
clean
man.
shaven face.
We hold on. We lost the
I tripped over the cord.
Nikki just decided to break the camera for a second, but we're gonna get it up here in a little while. Oh, and
Are we there?
I can
wait.
hear you.
Oh,
There
There we
you go.
go.
You don't have to leave.
All right. Well, guys, welcome. Yeah, I did shave. We can go back to that real quick. Hi, guys.
Hey, dude.
This is the first time in a year and a half that I've shaved my
Is
mustache.
that really true?
It's actually true.
How's it feel?
Cold. Cold and honestly very vulnerable. You know, you really lose something when you shave your mustache for that long. But guys,
I know how I feel, dude.
I know. I've been waiting for the Gordy mustache to come back. Okay, hi Bertie.
Really? Gordy, you've had a mustache before?
Oh yeah, he's got
couple
a
of-
mean mustache.
couple of pretty good ones.
Wow. I want to see that. Wait, I guess mustache challenges happen in November. Is that
Yeah, we
right?
missed Movember.
Movember.
My mustache challenge happens when I go on tour for a really long time and my wife doesn't have to see me. and so then I can grow the little facial hair I can grow, and it usually ends up in a pretty sweet mustache.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate coordinated mustache effort a number of years ago in the band. There's a picture floating around somewhere. It's actually funny. I went to the dentist, and they were like, we were talking about our band, like, hey, we looked you up on YouTube or whatever, and it was all cool except we found this picture of a bunch of you guys with a mustache. I was like, yeah, that was pretty wrong. But anyways, so watch out for the mustache.
Yeah, it'll come back. It'll come
Y'all
back.
got a song?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Nikki play a song here.
Yeah, I was just so inspired by Delbert, and man, it's just so many songs. And I got to thank the Wilson family for introducing me to Delbert, because I didn't know his music. I didn't know that it was him, but I knew a lot of those songs, but I didn't realize they were his. And I just was listening to a bunch today, and picked one that kind of is in keeping with I didn't make a New Year's resolution, but I did make a New Year's intention, which is to practice moderation. And I heard this song and it spoke to that. So I'm gonna try it. I've been all the way up, been all the way down. Round about the middle, there's some common ground, but nothing lasts forever. Oh, don't nothing last forever. So while you're sitting pretty, got some money in your hand, try to get yourself an alternative plan. Let her know you need her, write a love letter. Boy, you're gonna lose her if you don't treat her better, 'cause nothing lasts forever. Oh, don't nothing last forever. Oh, so have a good time and try to string a few together. Remember what I told you, nothing lasts forever. There's a lot of ways in, but just one way out. And I'm damn sure I know what I'm talking about. Line up all your demons, little by the bigger. Get a beat up on them and then pull the trigger. Don't you let them last forever. Oh, no, nothing lasts forever. Well, it's alright to let the good times roll, but try to exercise a little self-control, 'cause nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And it's true, the good things and the bad things. Nothing lasts forever. My mom used to say that too. This too shall pass. And Delbert just said it way cooler. So he seems pretty cool. He seems like the coolest.
About the coolest, yeah.
He's about the coolest.
Yeah, how did he just have that microphone like in his... That was amazing. And I'm very stoked too, because my dad is now into Delbert, and that makes me happy. And I have like dreams of the cruise happening again and families being together. And
Oh yeah.
I really hope that happens, because I've done Jam Cruise and I've done the Blues Cruise, but I've never done the Delbert Cruise.
It's the best one.
So I've heard.
Let's make that happen.
Best one, hands down. Trev, let's send it out to you out there.
I want to, before Grateful Dead Minute, I want to recall Gordy introduced me to Delbert, and we were in college, freshman, and Gordy had Nothing Personal and Room to Breathe, which were both late 90s Delbert. Both albums won Grammys. Both albums are incredible. Smooth Talks from Room to Breathe, for those who aren't familiar with it. Definitely check out those records. one of the greatest bands. Delbert's had a lot of great bands, but that was one of his greatest, I think, with McNally and McKendry and Gorgeous George and Lynn Williams. But yeah, I had no idea what Delbert looked like. This is kind of pre-internet, but man, his music just, we were both really into it. And my first band experience was with Gordy our freshman year. And yeah, it was a really big influence. So anyway, fast forward when we first moved to Austin in 2004, after we graduated college, one of the first shows we go to see is Delbert McClinton at Green Hall. And it was Gordy and I and his girlfriend at the time, who is now his wife, Amber. And the three of us went to Green Hall. We got there at doors and crowded right up against the stage because we were so excited to see Delbert. And sure enough, it was an incredible night. First song he came out, I remember, it was Take Me to the River, and he was wearing out the cowbell. I mean, I'm talking about dealing with the cowbell, and it was so rad. I mean, it was just so in the pocket, and I just lost my mind. But the story I wanted to tell is the middle of the show, Delbert I don't think I blinked the whole show. I was just totally in awe. I mean, this was a man in his element at Green Hall, holding it down. And at one point, Gordy and I and Amber are standing right next to each other in the very first row. Amber's between the two of us, and Delbert walks over to us while he's singing a ballad, and he reaches out for Amber's hand, and he holds her hand, and he sings a whole verse to her. And I'm telling you, Gordy and I blushed more than Amber did. We were just like, it was about the coolest. I had never seen anybody hold it down like that. It was just the coolest shit. So anyway, I just want to recall that story. It was a great memory, and yeah, he still inspires us, 15 years later now, almost 20 years later. So yeah, thank you, Delbert. Anyway, time for the Grateful Dead Minute. I got long-winded there, but here we go. Friend of the Devil, kind of a slower late 70s version. The show I've selected for you is 12/27/78 from San Diego, Golden Hall, site of many great Dead shows. I think they started 78 in January with a couple shows at Golden Hall. And then this is one that kind of set up their New Year's run. They went there, I think, then to the Forum, and then closing a Winterland in San Francisco on New Year's Eve 78, which is a famous show, which is actually the whole show's on YouTube and has been released. But yeah, it's an awesome time for the band. Kind of the dark and the light. The dark is unfortunate. They were coming apart at the seams. A couple of people in the band were grappling with drug addiction, Jerry included. But musically, they were on fire, and Jerry especially is just kind of at a real peak. There's several peaks that were to come later, but I would say late 78, early 79, before Keith and Donna left the band in February, Garcia's and Wolf, the guitar he was using at the time, are just fully dialed in. Everything is working, and this is the era where Jerry would just kind of be like statuesque on stage and kind of gaze through dark glasses at the very back of the room and not really move, but just smile and play the most beautiful guitar ever, really. So yeah, check it out. It's got a great Peggy O in the first set, a great Friend of the Devil, and yeah, and awesome music Never Stop to close the set, and Terrapin and Playing in the second set are awesome, and there's a St. Stephen as well that's worth checking out. So 12/27/78. Thanks for yet another Grateful Dead minute. Back to you guys.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
So the Dead started doing that slow version of "Friend of the Devil." I had heard rumors that Jerry got the idea or was turned on to that by Kenny Loggins. Have you heard that story, or is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I read that. It was a show in Wichita in 72, late 72, that Loggins and Messina opened, and Betty Cantor taped their opening set. And at one point, you can actually hear the recording. It was just Kenny Loggins, and he played "Friend of the Devil," and he played it that way. He played it really slow. "Friend of the Devil," for those who don't know, is an iconic Dead song. It's probably the most popular. It's way up there as probably their most popular songs. But the version that was recorded on American Beauty is bluegrass. It's definitely derives from "Blackberry Blossom," the classic fiddle tune, which Jerry was steeped in Appalachian music, and he definitely took that melody, that chord progression, and then superimposed Hunter's lyrics over it. Which actually the lyrics Hunter had written for Marmaduke and David Nelson, and Jerry snatched them and said, "No, I want this one." So that's another side story. But he heard Jerry, from what the story I read, was he didn't actually hear Kenny Loggins play it that night, but Betty Cantor Jackson used to cut his hair, and she was playing the tapes. Jerry used to like to hear some of the tapes, and she was cutting his hair, and that's where he heard the show, or the version of Kenny Loggins playing "Friend of the Devil," which is a really cool version. He butchers the lyrics. He totally sings different words over the chorus, but Jerry dug it. And then, when they brought it back in 77, it was slow, and it stayed slow. They picked it up a few times, I think by accident, but it was pretty much, it became like halftime after that. So
cool.
Back to you.
All right.
Thanks, Trev. Good story. Good Delbert story too with Amber.
Good Delbert story. Do you remember that? I don't know what song he was singing, but I just remember he, when he walked towards us, was like, "Oh my gosh," and he grabbed Amber's hand.
He's got great taste, man.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Well, here we are. We're grateful for Tuesday nights. We took a little break from our personal concerts, the Lifeline tour, and we're gonna put some more shows up shortly. But tomorrow night, actually, we released a handful of shows for tomorrow night. If anybody's into a private personal show with me and Ed, at bandofheathens.com/book. So check it out. Don't know what you're up to tomorrow, but maybe we should hang out.
Let's do it. And thanks to everybody that's bought some of the gift cards and sort of had a little bit more of a choose your own adventure scheduling. We will be getting all you guys situated too, and getting that dialed in. But thanks for being with us. Thanks for continuing to support us and do these shows. We've been having a lot of fun with it. And this next segment, the Trading Places, sort of grew out of Gordy and I doing some of these shows. We were doing some of these shows solo, and folks wanted to hear certain songs that Gordy would sing or I would sing. So we started learning each other's songs. And after we played through our entire catalog and ran out of Band of Heathens songs, we started kind of just picking different artists every week to cover. And this week, apropos of the show, we're going to do a couple of Delbert McClinton songs. And Gordy and I were going back and forth earlier today just talking about songs. And I mentioned to Delbert when he was on the show, he's just got dozens and dozens of great songs. Every year they have this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. And, that's whatever. That's sort of, there's some different factors involved in who's getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But for my money and to my mind, when you talk about rock and roll and, this is something you would explain to someone 50 years from now, Delbert McClinton is certainly one of the people that you would put right in there. He belongs in the Smithsonian Hall of Fame of rock and roll. He's one of the giants. But I digress. I'm going to do a song called Starting a Rumor. This is on the 2009 record Acquired Taste, which I really love. And this song was written by Delbert, and cohort, Gary Nicholson. They wrote and recorded a bunch of records together, and also Guy Clark on this song. So the three of them. And I believe on the original, the studio version, Bonnie Raitt lends some slide guitar to it. So it's a beautiful song, and here we go. I'm starting a rumor about you and me, that we've been seen out doing some crazy thing. They say we're as tight as any two can be. I'm starting a rumor about you and me. They all be talking out of school, like how we carry on like a lovesick of fools. They say we look just like we were meant to be. I'm starting a rumor about you and me. It's gonna be all over town that you're crazy about the new love that you found. I'll make it easy for everyone to see that it's me, all about you and me. Gonna be all over town that you're crazy about the new love that you found. And it's easy for everyone to see that it's me, all about you and me. I'm starting a rumor about you and me. They say we've been seen out doing some crazy things, and they say we're as happy as we can be. I'm starting a rumor about you and me. I'm starting a rumor about you and me.
Yeah. Nice, man. Well, here we go. Just another from that period of Delbert writing with Gary Nicholson. One of my favorites. All right.
Did you ever meet somebody that likes all the same things you do? Somebody who can make you, break you anytime they want to. Yeah, I met her at a red light, love at first sight, can it be true? She's good to me, and she told me I was good for her too. Now I don't wanna jump into anything, I've been trying to use some self-restraint, but man, it's amazing she's the same kind of crazy as me. It's getting hard to use a ladder cause I keep climbing down just to kiss her. And if she's out of my sight for a minute or two, I start to miss her. We stayed all tangled up in each other's arms, and it's so nice. She talks in her sleep, but she always gets my name right. If there's anything at all that's wrong with her, it's something I just can't see. Ain't no doubt about it, she's the same kind of crazy as me. Wild, wild night, chasing each other through the moonlight. My, 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 I finally got something right. 'Cause every little offbeat move she makes just suits me to a T. Ain't no doubt about it, she's the same kind of crazy as me. Chasing each other through the moonlight. My, 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 I finally got something right. 'Cause every little offbeat move she makes just suits me to a T. Now ain't no doubt about it, she's the same kind of crazy as me. Yeah, know what I mean, she's the same kind of crazy as me.
Yeah, love that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So, man.
40.
That 40 weeks.
40 weeks.
Wow.
Woo.
Over the hill.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, wow.
Well, thank y'all so much for sticking with us, tuning in every week for 40 weeks now. Pretty crazy.
You know, the word quarantine comes from an Italian word that means 40 days, not weeks, but I guess 40 weeks of quarantine is maybe there's something significant about 40, hitting 40 in the quarantine. That was lame. I'm sorry. I was stupid.
40.
Does that mean we're done?
No, dude. Never. Never.
Right.
I was going to say I'm looking for it. I can't find it here, but I think we're doing we have a live stream show, I think, on Friday with WDVX in Nashville going out to the world. I know Richard put a social media post up about it today, but I'm drawing a blank on the link right now, but I just want to give you all a heads up on that. If we can find it, we'll post it in the comments here. But if you're needing a little more Band of Heathens going into your weekend here, Friday. So I believe it's Friday, right? Does that sound right?
I think so.
All right.
What day is it?
So.
Friday or Saturday?
Is it Tuesday already?
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday already?
Tuesday. How about we finish this show and we'll deal with that one after.
There you go.
A fitting song for us, I think, about now.
Yeah, man.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. As I walk this wicked world, searching for
this inside. There's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Ooh. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
I walked on through troubled times. My spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, just makes me wanna cry. Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Go! What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
Good message to take away for everybody. Be safe, be cool. Like Delbert said, don't be a dick. Be cool. Everybody, be cool to each other. Be kind to each other. Treat each other with respect. Be nice. We love you guys.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Love. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Well, I thought about it. Now you know I ain't playing. You better listen to me. Every word I've been saying. Hot as cold, honey. Cold as hot. I'm a little mixed up. I'm giving everything I got. Don't want your money, baby. Don't need your car. Doing all right so far. Giving it up for your love. Everything. just do what I say. Don't want your money, baby, don't need your car. You're doing all right so far. Giving it up for your love, everything. Giving it up for your love right now. Giving it up for your love, I said everything. You want giving it up for your love somehow. I'm giving it up for your love, everything. Giving it up for your love right now. Giving it up for your love, honey, everything. Giving it up for your love somehow. All right, do it.
Has finally made an appearance. That face is laughing. That face is expressive. That face is talking more than one syllable at a time.
I'm not running to get nowhere, kicking back